Gaikoku Gamers.
Bite-sized.
Welcome to Gaikoku Gamers. I'm Darryl Benson. I'm here to talk to you guys about, not Destiny, but Smash Brothers. So, Microsoft and Sony have had their day in the sun with Destiny, and now the next huge title on the horizon is Nintendo's Super Smash Brothers for Wii U and 3DS. Of course, you know, the 3DS version is coming first. I don't agree with that, but be that as it may, it's already out in Japan. So you think, oh, fantastic, it must be selling well, everything must be going great, everybody's loving the game, blah, 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 blah. For the most part, all that is true. However, there seems to be a bit of a small problem. And I saw this coming a mile away. People are destroying their 3DS portables because they're getting so overzealous in playing the game with their smash attacks and stuff that they're literally breaking the joysticks off. The circle pad breaks off of the unit. Now, anyone who's ever played or heard of Smash Brothers on any other system knows that it is like the destroyer of controllers. Now this hasn't happened to me, but man, I guess if you're like really good at, I'm not too great at this game, but if you're really into it, then it wears down your controller. So back when the first one came out, the Nintendo 64 control sticks would get all chalky. That's when people start getting the chalky joysticks. And in the GameCube one, you know, you start that little bumpy texture on the joystick would start to wear out, and then it would start kind of getting kind of loose, and you could, it almost felt like a bumpy, almost like there's a D-pad underneath the, let's hit my joystick, almost like there's a D-pad underneath the joystick. It felt rough, like when you're moving around. And of course, now, you know, with these new versions, you gotta think about that. Now, of course, Nintendo allows you to not only play with the Wii U version, not only play with the gamepad, but with practically every other controller conceived by man, including the GameCube controllers that they're resurrecting that don't say GameCube on it, but just say, well, they don't say anything actually. They just have the Smash Brothers logo on it, which is fantastic because people are really needing some new GameCube joysticks. Those things, man, they're getting really hard to find in general, but they're getting really hard to find in good condition because it seems like a lot of them have just been worn out. So I'm really happy that they came out with that adapter, and I pre-ordered that adapter, and that's awesome. But with the 3DS, you pretty much have one controller, and unfortunately that one controller is your system. And I saw this coming a mile away, honestly, I really did. In fact, one of the first things that me and Mike talked about when we heard that this was coming to the 3DS was, what's that going to do to the joystick, and how are people going to get this repaired? Now, no reports have been confirmed yet whether or not Nintendo is willing to replace the joysticks for free. Some people are claiming that they were able to reattach the joystick, and others have not. So I guess it depends on how it comes off. I guess you can pop it off, or you can literally break the mechanism that attaches to the system itself. And this is not just happening to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. This is happening to a ton of people. This is primarily happening with the original 3DS. However, there have been some reports with XLs being affected. Now, considering the new 3DS looks like it is using the same circle pad joystick, I would imagine that the new one as well would be just as affected. I have not heard of any reports of the 2DS being affected, but frankly, that's probably just because no one owns one. So there you go. Now you're probably wondering, well, okay, it's okay. I don't really need analog support for a game like this. If you think about it, you go up, left, you know, right, down, and everything's pretty quick. You know, you don't really need a joystick precision control for a game like this, do you? No. However, they will not have any D-pad support on a 3DS game. So you are stuck with using the circle pad. So my suggestion to you would be, if your heart is set on the 3DS version, maybe don't get so caught up in the game. I know that's not how Smash Brothers works, and especially if you're in an online match, you're going to want to go all balls out and try to beat your rival, but maybe just continuously keep in the back of your head to kind of take it easy. And if you want my real suggestion, don't get the 3DS version. I canceled my pre-order a couple weeks ago. This is prior to all this happening, so it wasn't because of that. I kind of realized that despite the extra stages and whatnot, the way that I really want to experience Smash is on a console. It's a console game. It's just not one of those games that I feel like I need on the go. I'm not saying it isn't fun. I'm not saying people won't have a good time, but especially with these joystick issues on top of that, yeah, I don't think so. I mean, in my personal opinion, I don't even really like the circle pad joystick to begin with. I think it's extremely annoying, and in games like Zelda, I actually had a difficult time playing with it because it's really hard to go like halfway on the joystick. It's kind of one of those all or nothing type of deals. And I'm really hoping that next time Nintendo goes ahead and considers a traditional joystick for the portable line. Be that as it may, it's up to you guys. It's still going to be a great game. It was rated really well in Japan by review sites, so it's up to you guys. But at least you have two versions to choose from, and as long as you stay away from playing the game with your gamepad controller, probably more safe with the Wii U version. So keep that in mind. Let us know in your comments below what versions you're going to go ahead and pick, or both for that matter. If that's what your cup of tea is, if you want both experiences, that's great. Please remember that if you do pre-order both versions of the game, you can go ahead and qualify for a free soundtrack through My Nintendo Club. So that's something to consider if that's really important to you. But, so yeah, that's it. So please check us out tomorrow. And once again, this has been another Bite-Sized episode. I'm Darryl Benson. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. It really helps us out, and it keeps us motivated to keep on going. Check you later.